Okay, we're gonna get started. You ready? Okay. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Chislehurst Borough Council of January 11th, 2018. At this time, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sunshine statement, please.
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act, this meeting is called to order pursuant to notice of regular meeting. A copy which had been made available to newspaper of local public circulation and a copy which had been posted publicly in accordance with the law.
Roll call.
Alwine. Chu. Here. Garnett. Here. Hearn.
Here.
Soto. Here. Waters.
Here.
Okay, we're gonna do council committee reports. Start with Councilman Hearn.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a short one. I'm going to start with the bottom first. I want to apologize to the people of Chislehurst, Mayor Blunt, and my friends on the council and the rent control. In the last, 3 months, I've had illnesses, and I've missed around 4 meetings. And basically, I also want to say thank you to my friends and colleagues for covering me in my absences. You know, it didn't have any effect on the borough works. And so basically what I had to report on is the rent control meeting from December the 5th. Garden Homes applied for and received a $10 a month increase. And there was a meeting on January 2nd and I missed it. So I'll catch up with that next month. And that's it for now. Thank you.
All right, Councilman Waters.
Yes. I'd like to have a report on the school board, where I went to a school board meeting, and I brought up the issue about the borough and the school board working together to use the building as the municipal building along with the school. And Mrs. Little, the president of the school board, came back with a proposal that she wanted the borough to make a proposal on what we want to do, whether we want to buy the school or whether we wanted to use part of the school for the municipal building. So, to my advantage, I want to come back to the mayor and council and say, I think it's time for us to start talking about this matter, what we can do with this, and then once we come up with an idea, we can go back to the school board and have a meet with them and start working with things. Also, I'd like to say that the school board meetings will be held the third Tuesday every month at 6:30, and that's my report for this month.
Thank you. Councilwoman Chu.
Thank you, Mayor. My report for January 2018 is as follows. In the Personnel Committee, I'm still working on the job description manual for the borough employees and should have the draft prepared for the committee's review within the next 2 months. Under Finance, I'm in communication with the Acting State Director of Community Programs Director of New Jersey State Office of Rural Development under the United States Department of Agriculture to discuss financial options available to develop facilities for programs needed in the borough and surrounding municipalities. Under Economic Development, I'm reconnecting with Camden Community College to reopen discussions about establishing the training facility here in the borough. I've received information from Walmart Realty for the borough to prepare a contact packet to submit for review. The purpose is to determine if there's an opportunity for them to locate a scaled-down facility and fueling station in our town. Emergency management, again, as a reminder to be mindful when using your open flames and other heat sources during this winter season, and to practice fire safety by not leaving anything unattended. Check your batteries in your smoke and CO2 detectors, and to change filters in your heating system. I've also spoken with the USDA about funding projects the borough needs. The first project will be emergency generators for use during disasters. The Community Emergency Response Team, otherwise known as CERT, Emergency Winslow Warford Medical Emergency Services, and Winslow Fire Department are always looking for volunteers. If you are qualified or able to become qualified, please contact these agencies and help your community when needed. Veterans Affairs, new tax credits for 2017. You are eligible for a $3,000 exemption on your state income tax return if you're a military veteran who was honorably discharged or released under honorable circumstances from active duty from armed forces of the United States. You and or your spouse your spouse is also eligible for an exemption if he or she is a veteran who was honorably discharged as well. You cannot claim these exemptions for a domestic partner or for your dependents. Copies of the form and instructions have been provided to the tax office if you need them. In the Historical Committee, I've spoken with the New Jersey DEP Historical Preservation Office about designation of the Elm Avenue Cemetery as a historical site. Due to the complexity of confirming cemeteries as such, Bob Craig made a recommendation the council develop a resolution to declare a local designation under the land use laws. This will be investigated, and if the land use ordinances are favorable, I suggest a resolution be proposed. Again, in our town, if you have any other noteworthy news you'd like to share, please contact me either by email or by phone. My email is councilwoman.karen.chu@gmail.com. We would be happy to share your great news. Any events, please make sure that you get this information to me early enough to be posted on the website and or the cable stations. And my report is respectfully submitted.
Thank you, Councilwoman Chu. On the cemetery and getting a resolution for that, as far as our land use, I think that that's something that needs to be done. Can you head that up for us and figure out what we need to do?
Okay.
All right? And I have no problems putting it on our agenda, but I need to know exactly what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And since you've been in contact with them and they told you what you need to do, all right,
Okay.
we could talk and get this thing set up, all right? Okay, Councilwoman Awan.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, council. I just want to start off by thanking everyone for coming out to vote. We had a number of people to come out, and most people voted for the Democratic committee, so I thank you for that. I'm ready, honored, and willing to participate in this process. I'm ready to work with everyone even more, and I'm looking forward to 2018 and all the positive activities and events we will be participating in together. On that note, I want to bring up the fact that our Black History Celebration, this will be our 4th annual Black History Celebration coming up February 24th, which will be at the Arlen Poindexter Community Center from 12 to 2. And our committee is working as we speak on different activities to have. Again, we're involving more children this time. We're working with the churches, and we're going to have food, music, and it's going to be a top quality program. And we're looking forward to all of your presence. Hope that you can make it on February 24th at the Arlen Poindexter Community Center for our 4th annual Black History Celebration. If you have any ideas or you would like to participate, please email me at councilwoman.rakaya.alwan@gmail.com. A couple months ago, we had some of our youth speak to us about activities in the community, and so they did not go on deaf ears. I want the teenagers to know that I'm working very hard on getting some dances coming up. We've talked to council about that. Also, hopefully some open gym time, and hopefully that will be coming soon, as well as other programs that I'm working on. So I just wanted to acknowledge that those things are forthcoming. Also, on our webpage is the new time for our meetings, first and second Thursday of each month. It will start at 7 p.m. So we're all excited about that. As far as planning board is every first Wednesday, and that will start at 7. The historical committee meeting, I promise, Karen Chu, Councilwoman Karen Chu, I'm going to be doing more in terms of the historical committee. So that meeting is held the second Tuesday of each month at 7. And that concludes my report for January, and Happy New Year to everyone, and I hope to see everyone again.
Thank you. Councilwoman Sutton.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. For the Board of Health, I would just like to report that the weather is unpredictable and the temperatures have been changing. Based on the frigid temperatures that we have just experienced, the Camden County Freeholder Board reminds residents that they have numerous options to apply for energy assistance if they're having difficulty paying their energy bills. In general, most applications for assistance are not submitted until March, but with the freezing temperatures that we just had, now is the time to apply. A list of resources can be found here at the borough on the community bulletin board out that way. I also want to announce that the Freeholder Board initiated the state's first countywide Smart 911 system, and this program will save critical time in emergency situations. Smart 911 is a free nationwide service that allows users to create a safety profile, which provides vital information to emergency dispatchers and first responders during an emergency. Camden County residents are encouraged to create their safety profiles with Smart 911 to have their information available to dispatchers and to receive emergency notifications. This service is private and secure and is only used for emergency responses and only made and available to the 911 system in the event of an emergency call. So to sign up, just visit smart911.com. Again, that's smart911.com. It's a short report for this month, but that concludes my report. I do not have any information on Drug Alliance or the Hispanic Committee at this time. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Okay. Councilwoman Soto, on the energy assistance, where would they apply for that? You have any idea where would they apply?
There's various locations. I do have the list,
Okay.
and it's posted already in on the community bulletin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because people need to know, it's posted on the community bulletin board out here.
Yeah.
I know that OEO is one of the
That's the
people
first one listed, yeah.
on Route 38. They do it, and March is fastly approaching, so folks need to get out there. I know it's cold out here. One of the things I want to also think about is check on your neighbor. You know, we got a lot of elderly people in here. Sometimes their pride won't allow them to say, look, I don't have no heat, I don't have no electricity, I can't afford to pay this, I'm on a fixed income, and things are out of control for me. So they're in their houses with blankets and space heaters, and everybody knows how dangerous space heaters are. This is the time of the year that we're going to be having a lot of fires because people overwhelming their electrical system. So please check on the elderly. And if you know someone who does not have heat or electricity, and they're elderly, you can refer them to Councilwoman Soto or call to the borough, and I'll see if I can help you out and get some help for you, all right? And then another thing, when she was talking about the 911, I think residents need to put their house number on their house. When you have emergency service personnel coming out looking for your house and they don't see a number, all right? And everybody know, time is of the essence and time is valuable, all right? And if they don't see a number on your house, they go into the next house or another house, and you don't want that. You had a heart attack or whatever, and you need emergency service, you need to have that. So I'm asking residents to put their names, their house number on their house where someone from the street can see it, I'm telling you, this year, we're gonna do an ordinance and we're gonna require that, but I wanna try to get people to do it on their own voluntarily. You know, we don't know everybody's address, all right? If the police have to come to your house, they may be looking for 912, okay? And you don't have 912 on there, and they going down the street, so I see 917, I don't see 912. Well, that's a time factor. So time is of the essence when you're in an emergency. So please, everybody, we need to put our house number on our house, and big and bold enough so it can be seen, all right? Council President Garnett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Let me try to slide over. Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to thank everyone who came out to our reorganization meeting. And it was frigid cold weather, but you thought it not robbery to come out and celebrate with us on our first meeting of the year to establish what will go forth in 2018. Congratulations to all those who have been appointed. And I would like to give special thanks to Pastor Jamil Morrison of Grant AME Church, and also Apostle Charlie Odom from First Baptist Church. They gave the invocation and the benediction. Also, congratulations to Bill Hales. We also gave him a plaque, and he was very, very surprised for his service here and his commitment towards the borough. The mayor did mention that, again, that there was like 0 findings from the auditors. So he did an amazing job. If you know Bill, he is tight with that budget, and he does not play. So thank you again, Mr. Hales. Also, on our from now on our on my report, I'll try to have the upcoming events for the year, so that way everyone can see it and they can plan ahead. And also, Councilwoman Soto will also have it in her newsletter as well that she's putting together. And so you already talked about the Black History Program. We do need volunteers for that, and it's February 24th. Some of the things that we're going to actually do, some of the residents came to us. We implemented Trunk or Treat last year, and now this year we want to do that and the Fall Festival all together. So we want to do that and use not only the parking lot, but also the gym and the library. These are some of the things that the residents suggested while they were traveling through getting their candy. And also for the Christmas holiday in December, one of the residents came to us, a family. They did this thing called Winter Wonderland. They did that, I guess, a couple years ago, but you know, they wanted to have everybody's to participate in it. So I would like to ask for volunteers for that. One thing that we are really trying to do this year is not do things at the last minute. We want to make sure that we give everything 100%, and we need your help to do that. So we're asking for volunteers. For the police department, right now we are in contract negotiations with the police department. Councilman Hearn and Councilwoman Alwan have been working together with myself very diligently to try to do the best for our police department, because every day we want to make sure they return home safely from their shift. They do a phenomenal job out here, and that's one of the reasons why today they're all in this audience, because we are acknowledging them for that today. For the personnel committee, we are still in negotiations for the time clock. We're trying to get a new time clock. So we're trying to do the best that we can with that. We will have a meeting with the people with the company, so they can come out and share with the council how it is operated. They all have a sheet that has a packet that demonstrates what the time clock is, what type it is, and how it also coincides with what we use now. So they don't have to make too many changes in the financial office. And also it's a company that they're familiar with. Also, the senior citizens, they're still working on their calendar. They meet every third Saturday of the month at 11 a.m. at the Chislehurst Community Center, which is now called the Arlen Poindexter Center. Community of churches, First Baptist Church is located at 57 White Horse Pike. They have a food bank and clothing bank, which is called the Corner Cupboard. It's an emergency food bank, so if anyone needs food at any time, please do not hesitate to contact us. 856-767-3283 or 609-670-9943. And that is open every third Wednesday of the month from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Keep in mind that it is an emergency food bank. Grant AME Church is located at 724th Avenue, and they have Mother Earth every Thursday of the month at 12 p.m. I believe that Mother Earth there will have a community luncheon coming up on March 15th. So we want to make sure that we participate in that and show them that we are here for them to participate in that. And that is my report for right now. Thank you.
Council President, I got a call today. The senior citizens want to meet here.
Okay.
Okay, they want to meet here, and I said no problem. All right, so
Still the
They-
same
they-
date?
yeah, they used to meet here before.
Right.
You know, and we went over there, and then I know you spoke on the newsletter, but we have to discuss the newsletter and how it should be set up. I mean, anything that's coming out from the borough needs to have the input and control over it. So maybe next month we'll discuss this newsletter.
And also, can we discuss what Councilwoman Chu put together as well for our new
Presentation.
residents,
Yeah,
the new residents
yeah.
that come into town? So that's something that we could discuss
Yeah,
as well.
so you guys have that for next month? Okay, so we can do. All right, that's it for reports. I'm gonna have a presentation right now. You know, Russ, can I come out that way? Make sure you do. One of the things that the Borough of Chislehurst takes pride in is our police department. We sit back and they keep us safe 24 hours a day. They don't do anything to harm our people. They know our people, they enjoy our people, they talk to our people, and this is just a little token of our appreciation that we're gonna have present to the chief and the lieutenant for their police. Come on up here, gentlemen. I tried to get a plaque for every police officer, but did you hear the story about Bill? Bill won't let you spend no money like that. So I came with this one, and just joking. Bill never did that, but it says Outstanding Service Award to the Chislehurst Police Department for professionalism and dedication and compassion to our residents. And I can tell you, these guys are awesome. They're awesome. And I couldn't do without them. The community couldn't do without them. I know we've had people say we're going to get rid of the police department. That's not true. We love our police department. They are going to be here as long as I'm here and as long as I'm not here. Everybody loves our police department. The residents always tell me how they help with the compassion. And when you have a police department like ours that know the residents, we don't have problems with abuse, shootings, or whatever. They know their residents. They know who's who. And I had to go to the State League of Municipalities, and for the past 3 years, I've been talking about how our police department is the best police department in the state of New Jersey. All right?
And the best dressed.
And the best dressed. And the best dressed. And
I went to a couple workshops, Mayor.
yeah.
And they're the best dressed.
Oh yeah, we don't play around. We have a professional police department, professional. And when I went to Atlantic City for the League of Municipalities meeting, and I did the training session, for mayors, and come on up here. Come on up here. We're gonna get everybody up here. I don't know where we're gonna stand. We got these big guys in here. Excuse me. But when I went to, and Sherry's awesome too. Come on in here, Sherry. So when I talk to Chris, come on in here, Chris. When I talk to mayors and administrators of every town in the state of New Jersey, I put a training on for them every year for the last 3 years. And one of the things they kept telling me is that, man, your police department is awesome. I said, yes, they're awesome, because they know the residents. They do community policing. We hear about shootings and different things going on in other towns. You know why you don't hear about it here? Because they know the residents. They know the residents. They'll get out the car and talk to people. All right? They'll come in your house and eat if you allow. But I think that the chief and the lieutenant stress professionalism, and we can't do without them. So I can tell you this: if anybody tell you that we're going to go with somewhere else, that's not true. We are going to keep our police department. We're proud of them, and I want to give them a hand. Now, we don't usually have the lieutenant talk, because he don't do too much talking. But I think the chief said he's going to yield to the lieutenant to tell you guys thank you for coming out and supporting them. You guys.
Well, we certainly do appreciate all the support. And we have, Chief and I couldn't do it without everybody, including our wonderful secretary and all our wonderful officers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, man. Let's shake everybody. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Gloria, thank you.
Reports. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a motion to open the meeting to the public, please?
So moved.
Second.
Move to second. Roll call, please.
Alwan.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Any member of the public who wishes to come forward and speak, please come forward and speak to me. I'll see if I can answer your questions.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Timothy Flood, 43 White Horse Pike. Looking at your ordinance 2018-1, as the brief explanation Councilman Chu gave us, it appears as though council is asking for a blank check.
You can answer that.
No, it is not a blank check. It just says that if there is a situation where we have an emergency, that we do not have to call the council together to make a resolution. Basically, it's to shorten the process. So, example being, if for some reason you've heard how we've had, just in general, a lot of water main breaks throughout the county, throughout the state. If for some reason we needed to go over our 2% gap on that the council would say, okay, this is an emergency and it needs to be taken care of. Because I'm sure that you don't want to have water flooding into your house. So we would have the ability at that point to go over the budget. Again, it is something that we have never used, but it is there. It's like your insurance. It's there if you need it.
I kind of foresaw the insurance coming up. But it's still, it appears as though there are provisions in place that should council need to go over their budget. Things are there.
They are.
And
That's what this is.
they,
Yeah.
okay, now, in the way the things are currently set up, the way I understand it is, you have to sit in front of the public and have a meeting and say, yes, we need to go over our budget and this is why. It looks to me like you're trying to bypass that.
No,
No.
That's on outward appearances, that's what it appears to
I
be.
have to be. No, that's, statutorily, we have to do this, okay? We're not trying to bypass anything. What happens, last year, we did the same thing, the year before that, the same thing. The local finance board requires each municipality to do that. If we go over it, there's certain rules and regulations set by the state that allows us to go over it. So, let's say, case in point, we have a tornado, okay? It comes through town, okay? Rips up the Borough Hall, rips up the community center, rips up everything, okay? Now, how do we pay for that? Should we wait until the council meeting, or should we go on and say, hey, look, we have to do this? That's gonna take us over that cap, okay? But we have to do what we have to do. Emergency situations, that's what she's telling me.
So how long does it take to call an emergency meeting of the council?
Well, if you.
Like, it can happen that day.
Hold on. Let me tell you this, Mr. Flood. The mayor has the discretion as the head man, the head administrator for the town to do it. Now, what happens is if the building's tore up and all this stuff is tore up, where you gonna meet at? Where you gonna notification and all that? See, it's a process that you go through. So it's not nobody trying to do something backhandedly, as you implying. This is how it's done throughout the state, the same way.
It says here, adoption after publication. Where will the details of this be published?
Say this again,
It says adoption after publication. Where will the details of this be published?
Gloria?
Record Breeze.
Say again?
Record Breeze.
The Record Breeze?
Yes.
How do you know Record Breeze still existed? Okay. So the public will be able to see the specifics of this in the Record Breeze and be able to comment it to the council prior to it being adopted.
Sounds good to me?
Sounds good to me.
See. Anybody else?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. I'm Carla Ortiz, 128 Elm Avenue in Chislehurst, and I don't have any questions that you need to answer, but I just would like to say thank you. Thank you to the police department, and thank you for assuring the residents of Chislehurst that our police department will stay in place. I've been here for quite some time as a single parent and have raised my children here along with the police department. And I can tell you that it really makes a difference in the community. I have one coming out in criminal law because he's modeled after Wendell, and Wendell is his mentor, okay? And I have another one, 17-year-old son that is going to the College of New Jersey on a full scholarship under the guidance of the police department and the morals and ethics that they have instilled in our youth. So we have one more coming. Okay, this one is tough, but I just wanted to say thank you again and congratulations, well deserved. Okay.
Thank you. You talked about, your kids using them as they're looking up to the police department.
Absolutely.
I remember hiring him, and when he first came in as an officer. I remember him when he first came in as an officer. So they have grown with this community,
Absolutely.
and they stayed here. They didn't like get the training here and take off and leave.
That's right.
They love this community just like you, just like I, and just like the rest of this community, this council does. So I'm like overjoyed to have them here. So
Absolutely.
thank you. So
All right. Thank you.
anybody else?
So many people here, I just can't get out.
Well, we have heat. I see a lot of people don't have heat at home, so we have heat.
So this is the place to be.
It's a heating station.
And you don't have to pay $10 to see the movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Maria Littles, and I live at 315 Edwards Avenue, Chislehurst. The first thing I wanted to say before I forget it is that every year I'm a part of a group that hosts an African American read-in during the month of February, and it's one of those things that it was started by the National Council of Teachers of English around the country. And so what they decided was that during African American History Month, they felt as though that would be an excellent time to promote African American authors. So they have what's called a read-in. And schools and churches and community centers and private clubs or whatever participate in this read-in. And however they want to formulate it, but most of the time it's people who share a book or several books, and they talk about it, and everything like that, or poems. However, and what we've done is we always host it at Grant AME Church, and I took it over from an older woman who was hosting it. She was an English teacher herself, and she would have this every year. So then I took it over, but we still hold it at Grant AME Church, and so I'm just letting people know because some of the council members have been there before and participated. So if you are already reading a book by an African American author, or if you plan on doing that, just bring the book with you or the name of it or whatever, and you can come in and talk about it so that other people can get interested in it maybe. Or if you're one of these people that knows poems by African American people, like Langston Hughes or whatever, and you want to, recite it for us and, tell us this is my favorite poem, and, those are the kinds of things. And we have young people there, and they listen to a lot of stuff that we talk about. And people just invite people to come in, but that's where we're hosting it at. And it's always the first Sunday in February between 1:30 and 3:30. So at any time, I know it's Super Bowl Sunday, but it's in the middle of the afternoon. It's in the middle of the afternoon. So, and people, they get out and we appreciate it. It's nice. It's always different every year, depending on who comes. So I'm just kind of inviting the public and, of course, a mayor and council, because, like I said, you guys have supported it before.
I'm reading the book now.
Oh, good.
And
So don't tell us about it. Tell us about it on Sunday.
No, I'm going to give you the name of it. Sunday. I don't know if I can bring this one to church. It's Iceberg Slim. And,
goodness.
So I'm just letting you know that. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know that one. Okay.
Somebody gave it to me, so I'm reading it. So go ahead.
Well, you can tell us about it.
Oh, no, we don't.
No? Oh, no? Okay. All right. Well.
Okay. But next.
A poem.
Okay.
So anyway, so I wanted to get that out of the way so I wouldn't forget. But I know that Councilman Waters was talking about the time for the meetings at the school. We do have our meetings every third Monday at 6:30. However, we just had our reorganization meeting, and so it has to be done before a certain time of the month. You know that. So we had our meeting at 6:30 on this past Monday.
Excuse me.
Yes.
It's the third Monday?
The third Monday. But this month was different, just like yours was different because it was reorganization meeting. But he brought up something about, and he brought it up at the meeting also, that during the your reorganization meeting, then there was mention of the school board's meeting, and I don't remember hearing about that.
What about the school board meeting?
That it was was it at 6:30 or 7? But I think that Councilwoman Chu was saying no, that was the planning board meeting, and it starts at 7.
Yeah, you're right. I looked at the minutes.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
It was the planning board.
Well, he brought that up at the school board
Yeah,
meeting.
I
I was
thought
like,
it was the school board.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So okay, so you looked,
Yes,
and
I did.
now
Yes,
you
I
understand.
did. Yes, I did. I did look.
So
I did look. It was the planning board.
don't turn back. All right. So the mystery has been solved. The planning board meeting is on It said it's at regular time at 7 o'clock.
You see
And the
what I
school
pointed
board
out?
meeting
There you
is on the first
Wednesday.
the third Monday
After school board meeting at
at
7:30.
6:30.
6:30.
6:30. Please write it down.
I got it.
All right.
It will be posted on the events calendar.
Okay, it will be posted on the events calendar. And I guess on the website, yeah. Well, it's on our website.
We
Okay.
can put it on ours also.
All right,
Events
so,
calendar.
Okay, okay.
okay, so I just want to get that straight because I want to make sure. Okay. And about the school, something about buying, purchasing the school or something like that. I think when I was up here before, I said just get something together, and I mentioned that again. So, if the borough, the council people come together, or the mayor talks to them about, you know, maybe selling this building, and you feel like you're gonna purchase or rent space in the school for whatever reason, in an interim of getting a new, I don't know what the situation is, but I told Councilman Waters to get that together, and then,
That was part of my report.
yeah, it's part of your report, and I was just saying that, you know, just, we need something kind of in writing, so that's fine. And, oh, and if you, I will still volunteer to help out for the, program. Yeah, I,
Because we definitely need you.
okay,
All right,
all right. And that's my,
report.
that's my 2 cents.
That's your report for
That's my
Thank you.
report.
Thank you,
Okay,
thank you. Anybody else wishes to come up and speak?
Good evening,
Good evening.
Delavecchio. I just have, well, actually, one comment and two suggestions. Thank you for updating the computer, the update for the,
Police department.
No.
actually the salaries.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because it was, it showed from 2015.
Like I said, with this transition, it was just a matter of getting everything
So
over.
thank you. It was legible and clear. Thank you. The other thing, as far as the upcoming Black History Month, is there a way that maybe the officers or EMS can do something like CPR or get that together so they can?
I think that what you need to do is discuss that with, Rakai Al and Councilman Alwan. We usually have the EMS come on Chiselhurst Day. We have more people, and, that would be good. I don't have any problems with it. Discuss that with her.
Okay. The other suggestion is for, you have a school over there that seems somewhat empty. Wouldn't it, a suggestion would be if you could get one of the facilities, like the Center for Family Services, Family Success Centers, Connection Program, so that the teenagers or middle school children had a place to go. This way they have access to computers, games, and outreach.
Well, one of the things that, early on, we talked about, Councilwoman Alwan talked about that very specific thing, going on. Now, when you start talking about the school, we have a different body to handle the school. You have the school board, so that question needs to go to the school board and, ask them that.
Okay,
We have no control or authority over the school,
okay,
all right?
all right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, wait, can I have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting? Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu. Yes. Garnett.
Yes.
Kern.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Reports.
Reports. Clerk report for the month of December 2017. Total amount collected, $1,200. Tax collector for December 2017. Total amount collected, $128,617.74. Police department for December 2017. Total amount is $3,684. Total rest is 2. Total police call for service 391. Average calls per day is 13. Traffic division report is 3. Municipal court for December 2017. Total amount collected is $4,790. And Mayor, that's all my reports.
Ooh, right on time. Can I have a motion to approve reports?
So moved.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Ordinance 2018-1. Ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriations limits and establish a cap bank is hereby introduced on first reading and shall be considered for adoption after publication to be held on February 8th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
Moved to second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Ordinance 2018-2, an ordinance amending ordinance 2010-1 known as a fees for private use of Borough of Chislehurst police officers and equipment is hereby introduced on first reading and shall be considered for adoption after publication to be held on February 8th, 2018.
Second.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine. Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Resolution 18-62, approve TD Bank signature cards for Blunt, Garnett, Hales, Rose, Watson, Diamond, and Poland on the Borough of Chislehurst accounts.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Resolution 18-63, resolution accepting shelter services agreement between Chislehurst and Voorhees Animal Orphanage.
So moved.
Second.
So moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Resolution 18-64, authorize the purchase of Dell PowerRidge T630 and related computer equipment.
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine. Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Resolution 18-65, authorize the Borough of Chislehurst to award a contract for electrical services to Don Tucker Electrical Contractors Limited License Corporation.
Second.
Question,
Yes.
was this work done already?
Yeah.
And why was it voted before it was done?
Well, you know, Councilman, you didn't come to the caucus meeting. That thing was discussed at the caucus meeting, and everything was, all the council members are aware.
Well, I'm asking the question now.
Well,
I wasn't
you
at the
know,
caucus, I came late.
Well, you can vote no.
I just asked the question.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm saying that when you ask questions, you got to be here. So when
Well-
when the attorney explained it to the council members, everybody knew exactly what
Well,
what happened.
he can explain it again at the regular meeting then. I have the right to ask the question.
You asked a question.
I have the right to have an answer.
And I told you that it was
Now I have the right
explained.
to have the answer, sir.
Okay, you can have the answer after the meeting. Now, Resolution 18-65, authorize the Borough of Chislehurst to award contract for electrical services to Don Tucker Electrical Contractors. Can I get a motion?
Second.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
No.
Okay, on resolution 18-66, 18-67, 18-68, we're gonna do all at one, okay?
That'll be the order report.
All right, so for the resolution 1866, 1867, and 1868, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second, roll call, please.
Alwan.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
Any new business from council?
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We don't have the minutes for the December meetings.
What you say?
The minutes from the December meetings.
Is the minute supposed to be here? He have them in February, don't have them in January, be here in February. Okay? Anybody else?
Yes. Normally, every year, the New Jersey League of Municipalities, what they have is this orientation for municipal officials who are newly elected, re-elected, or experienced. It's fast-paced and designed to quickly bring officials up to date on important municipal issues. The newly elected officials will get a thorough overview of their major areas and responsibilities, key contact to the state level, and important resources of information and assistance. Re-elected and experienced officials will receive valuable up-to-date references materials that will guide them to the answers they seek. They will also get the latest information on most important municipal issues, all while meeting their newly elected peers and the league staff. There's a luncheon that takes place as well. This is my third term now. I've been here for about, 6 years now, and it is very rewarding. Not only are you educated while you're there, you also meet different people from different municipalities all over the state of New Jersey. This year, it will be held January 20th at the ML Hotel in Mount Laurel. And I'm saying if any of I do believe that all of the council really needs to attend. And if you can attend, there's another date, but that one is in North Jersey. But if you can't make this one, it's very important that we as council members, we have been elected to be here, and it's important that we take this course. Why? At the end of it, you get a certificate. The second thing is you actually learn so much about how to be a council person. When I first came in here, I have to admit, I didn't know all the things about being a council person, but by myself attending, also Councilwoman Chu has attended, Councilwoman Alwan has attended, Hearn has attended before, I believe, and it's very rewarding. And you can't get any type of education somewhere else other than having the people that are in charge of the League of Municipalities be right there to tell you all that it is that you need to know. There's certain things like code of ethics and different things like that we need to know. And if you don't attend, then you really will not know. So it's very, very important that we as a council, we've been elected, we get paid to do this job. And I believe that we need to make time to actually go to the orientation. And the borough will pay for it because the state allows it to be so. If you can, I will be attending. If you can, just see Bill, Chu, you're going? Okay, so you have two options, yeah, in New Brunswick. So it's very important. I believe that the council, I believe that they should really seek time to go. Like I said, you get to learn how to do our job and actually do it correctly. I wouldn't say amen, but I'm not church. So
I think that
it is January 20th.
Okay.
Oh, and it's also between 8:30 a.m. and it's over at 3:30 p.m. But they do give you breakfast and they give you lunch. So, and a good lunch and a good breakfast. So you don't have to worry about that.
I think I spoke a couple months ago I am the president of the League of Municipalities Legislative Committee. So all legislation coming out of the Senate and the Assembly comes to my committee before it hits the streets or the towns or the public. One of the things that is up for this year to be voted on by the Senate and the Assembly is a bill requiring every elected official to go to this training. So what's going to happen, whether you go or not, I'm telling you, it's coming, it's going to happen. I think school board members, they have to go to the training. So we're going to get in line with the school board members, and that's what that law is all about. So if you don't go to it, you can't be on council. So I'm just telling folks, so the law is coming. I think that this year it's going to pass, and school board members is already doing it, and council members got to start doing it, because a lot of times people come in and they get elected in and they don't really know how it's set up, the process is set up, and it gives you information about the process so you can better do your job. And I think it's very rewarding and very much informational to go to this training. Thank you, Council President.
You're welcome.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve bills for payment?
So moved. Second.
Moved and second, roll call, please.
Alwine.
Yes.
Chu.
Yes.
Garnett.
Yes.
Hearn.
Yes.
Soto.
Yes.
Waters.
Yes.
This meeting is now adjourned.
Take the verbal action.